How is the outlook of sourcing? What are the top 3 trends?
I don't know about top 3 trends. The trends all come from the West this way, so it's very much a customer trend or what they're looking for. The outlook for sourcing at the moment, it's a difficult market to be in with the issues going on in freight, with the issues going on with tariffs in the US and kind of factories in China being down a bit as well. So it's tough, but there will always be need for goods.
How to work best when sourcing in China?
So again, it's what I always harp on about. It's all about relationships and building strong relationships with your factories in China. Working ahead of schedule, making sure that you're giving the factory enough time to produce the goods. I always try to give a buffer of 1 or 2 weeks as well to our customers. Making sure that the shipping is all done on time and kind of preempting any possible delays or possible roadblocks that we might run into.
The best way to manage suppliers?
The best way, coming to trade shows, factory visits for me would be the best thing. I've had lots of very long lunches and very long dinners in China and lots of shots of Chinese rice wine and beers, which is always a good way to build a relationship. And like I say, at the end of the day, we're all humans and people want to work with people they like.
Will technologies be our friend or threat?
I think our friend. I think most technologies will always help. They might take some jobs away, but they'll always create jobs in other areas that people wouldn't necessarily think of.
How do we better integrate ESG or sustainability in sourcing?
I think it's quite difficult in terms of sourcing because you're manufacturing at scale and shipping goods. Shipping goods at mass as well is quite difficult. So looking at using recycled and sustainably sourced product would be the number one side for me. Packaging being probably the biggest thing there. A lot of packaging goes to waste, so having a focus on, say, a box that can be reused as another product, using recycled materials, so it's not hard to break down at the end use. But yeah, packaging would be my kind of biggest lean towards when I'm looking at sustainability.
What is your advice on electronics and home products sourcing?
I would always, when it comes to electronics, I'd always try and get to the factory to see how everything works and everything's set up. If you are going to be ordering mass production, I'd be getting multiple samples sent and signing off on those samples. Because when it comes to electronics, there's a lot of things that can go wrong. But again, if you're making sure that you've got a good relationship with your factory, if you've gone and seen their setup, it can really help and it can put you at ease. If you've got a good partner based in Hong Kong or in China that's overlooking all the mass production as well, we'd always, for first orders at least, get in a third party QC guy to come in and check everything to make sure it's good before it's shipped. And then once I think you're past kind of the first order, it's just about keeping on top of it and making sure that you're not slacking on it, but you're kind of, I think you're in a good place once you've done 1 or 2 orders with any electronic supplier.
Your last piece of advice to us?
I feel like I've said this about 1,000,000 times, but relationships, build relationships. Message your contact and factory owner on WeChat, and yeah, just I think, like I touched on before, making sure it's a win-win situation for both your customer and the factory.